justice be thy plea, consider this. That in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy. And that same prayer doth teach us all to render up the deeds of mercy. I spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which, if thou follow, this strict court of Venice must needs pass sentence against the merchant there.
My deeds upon my head, I crave the law. Penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes! Here, I tender it in the open court. Yea, twice the sum. If that will not suffice, I will be bound to pay it 10 times o'er. On forfeit of my hands, my heart, my head. If this will not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down truth. And I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority, to do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established. It will be recorded for a precedent. And many an error by the same example will rush into the state. It cannot be.
Daniel, come to judgment, yea, Daniel. Oh, wise judge, how I do honor thee.
I pray you let me look upon the bond.
Oh, here 'tis, most reverend doctor.
Shylock, there's twice thy money offered thee.
An oath. An oath. I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjure upon my soul? No. Not for Venice.
Why, this bond is forfeit. Unlawfully by this, the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful. Take twice thy money, bid me tear the bond.
When it is paid according to the tenor, it doth appear you are a worthy judge. You know the law, your exposition hath been most sound. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. Proceed to judgment. By my soul, I swear, there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond.
Most heartily I do beseech the court to give judgment.
Then thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for his knife.
Oh, noble judge! Oh, excellent young man!
For the intent and purpose of the law hath full relation to the penalty, which here appeareth due upon the bond.
'Tis very true. Oh, wise and upright judge. Oh, how much elder art thou than thy looks?
Therefore, lay bare thy bosom.
I, his breast, so says in the bond, doth it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart, those are thy very words.
It is so. Are there balances here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge to stop his wounds, lest he do bleed to death.
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed. But what of that? 'Twere good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it. It is not in the bond.
You, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little. I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen to this, for you commend me to your honorable wife. Tell her the process at Antonio's end. Say that I loved you. And when the tale is told, bid her be judge whether Bassanio had not once a love. Repent but you that you shall lose your friend. And he repents not that he pays your debt. For if the Jew do cut but deep enough, I'll pay it presently with all my heart.
Antonio, I am married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed higher than my life. I would lose all. I sacrifice them all. Here to this devil to deliver you.
Your wife would give you little thanks for that if she were by to hear you make the offer.
I have a wife whom I protest I love. Would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this currish Jew.
Dis will you offer it behind her back, to which would make else an unquiet house.
This be thy Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barbarous have been a husband rather than a Christian? We trifle time. I pray thee pursue sentence.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Oh, most rightful judge.
And you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it.
Oh, most learned judge, a sentence! Come, prepare!
Terry! There is something else. This bond doth give thee no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond. Take thou thy pound of flesh. But in the cutting it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are by the laws of Venice confiscated unto the state of Venice.
A learned judge, a upright judge!
Is that in the law?
Thyself shall see the act. For as thou urgest justice, be assured thou shalt have justice. More than thou desirest.
A learned judge, a learned judge!
Well, I take the offer then. Pay thrice the bond and let the Christian go.
There is the money.
Soft. The Jew shall have all justice. Soft, no haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty.
Oh, Jew! An upright judge, a learned judge.
Therefore, prepare thee to cut off the flesh. Shed thou no blood, nor cut thou less, no more, but just a pound of flesh. And if thou cuttest more, or less than just a pound, be it so much as makes it light or heavy in the substance or the division of the 20th part of one poor scruple. Nay, if the scale do turn, but in the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscated.
Second Daniel. A Daniel, I say, Jew.
Why doth the Jew pause? Take thy forfeiture.
Give me my principal and let me go.
I have it ready for thee. Here it is.
He hath refused it in the open court. He shall have merely justice and his bond.
A Daniel, still I say, a second Daniel. I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Shall I not have barely my principal?
Thou should have nothing but the forfeiture. To be so taken at thy peril, Jew.
What? Then the devil give him good of it. I'll stay, no longer question.
Tarry, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice, if it be proved against an alien that he seek the life of any citizen, by direct or indirect attempts, the party against the which he doth contrive shall seize one half his goods, and the other half comes to the privy coffer of the state, and the offender's life lies in the mercy of the Duke only against all other voice. In which predicament I say thou standest. For it appears by manifest proceedings that directly and indirectly too thou hast contrived against the very life of the defendant. And thou hast incurred the danger formerly by me rehearsed. Down therefore, and beg mercy of the Duke.
Beg that thou mayest have leave to hang thyself, and yet thy wealth bring forfeit to the state. Thou hast not left the value of a cord, therefore thou must be hanged at the state's charge.
That thou shalt see the difference of our spirits, I pardon thee thy life before thou ask it. For half thy wealth, it is Antonio's. The other half comes to the general state, which humbleness may drive unto a fine.
I for the state, not for Antonio.
take my life, and I'll pardon not that. You take my house when you do take the prop that doth sustain my house. You take my life when you take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
Hold it, Gracious. Nothing else, for God's sake.
So please my lord the Duke, and all the court, to quit the fine for one half his goods. I am content. So he will let me have the other half in use, to render it upon his death unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. 2 things provided more. For this favor, he presently become a Christian. The other, that he do record a gift here in the court of all he dies possessed unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter.
Ye shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounced here.
Art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say?
I am content.
Clerk, draw a deed of gift.
I pray you, give me leave to go from hence. I am not well. Send the deed after me, and I will sign it.
Get thee gone, but do it.
In christening thou shalt have 2 godfathers. Had I been judge, thou shouldst have had 10 more, to bring thee to the gallows, not the font.
Sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner.
I humbly do desire your grace of pardon. I must away this night toward Padua. It is meet I presently set forth.
I am sorry that your leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify this gentleman, for in my mind you are much bound to him.
Most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted of grievous penalties, in lieu whereof 3,000 ducats, due unto the Jew, we freely cope your pains withal.
He is well paid that is well satisfied. And I, delivering you, am satisfied. And therein do account myself well paid.
Dear sir, of force! I must attempt you further. Take some remembrance of us as a tribute, not as a fee. Grant me 2 things, I pray you, not to deny me and to pardon me.
You press me far, and therefore I will yield. Give me your gloves. I'll wear them for thy sake. And for your love, I'll take this ring of you. Do not draw back thy hand. I'll take no more. And you in love shall not deny me this.
This ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I will not shame myself to give you this.
I will have nothing else but only this. Now methinks I have a mind to it.
There's more depends on this than the value. The dearest ring in all of Venice will I find you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this I pray you, pardon me.
I see, sir, you are liberal in offers. You taught me first to beg, and now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered.
Oh, good sir, this ring was given me by my wife, and when she put it on, she made me vow that I should never sell, nor give, nor lose it.
That excuse serves many men to save their gifts. And if your wife be not a mad woman, and know how well I have deserved the ring, she would not hold out enemy forever for giving it me. Well, peace be with you.
My lord Bassanio, let him have the ring. Let his deservings and my love withal be valued against your wife's commandment.
Go, Gratiano, run and overtake him. Give him the ring, and bring him, if thou canst, unto Antonio's house. Away, make haste. Come, you and I will thither presently, and in the morning early will we fly toward Belmont. Come, Antonio.
Scene 2, the same, a street. Enter Portia and Nerissa.
Inquire the Jew's house out.
Give him this deed and let him sign it. We'll be away tonight and be a day before our husband's home. This deed will be welcome to Lorenzo.
Enter Graciano.
Fair sir, you're well taken. My lord Bassanio, upon more advice, has sent you here this ring and doth entreat your company at dinner.
That cannot be. His ring, I do accept. Most thankfully. I pray thee, tell him so. Also, show my youth here to old Shylock's house.
That will I do.
Sir, I would speak with you. I see if I can get my husband's ring, which I did make him swear to keep forever.
Thou mayest, I warrant. We shall have old swearing that they do give the rings away to men, but we'll outface them, and outswear them too.
Away! Make haste. Thou knowest where I will tarry.
Come, good sir, will you show me to this house?
If you just come here.
Act 5, Scene 1. Belmont, Avenue to Portia's house. Enter Lorenzo and Jessica.
The moon shines bright in such a night as this. Did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jew, and with an unthrift love did run from Venice as far as Belmont?
In such a night did young Lorenzo swear he loved her well, stealing her soul with many vows of faith, and ne'er a true one.
In such a night did pretty Jessica, like a little shrew, slander her love, and he forgave it her.
I would outnight you. Did nobody come? But hark, I hear the footing of a mask.
Who calls?
Master Lorenzo, have you seen Master Lorenzo? Soda!
Leave hollowing, man, here.
Soda, where?
Here.
Tell him there's a post come from my master with his horn full of good news. My master will be here ere morning. Soda!
How sweet the moonlight sleeps upon this bank. Here will we sit and let the sounds of music creep in our ears. Soft stillness in the night become the touches of sweet harmony. Sit, Jessica. Look how the floor of heaven is thick inlaid with patines of bright gold. There's not the smallest orb which thou beholdest, but in his motion like an angel sings, still choiring to the young-eyed cherubims. Such harmony is in immortal souls, but whilst this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, we cannot hear it.
Enter Portia and Nerissa.
That light we see is burning in my hall. How far that little candle throws his beams. So shines a good deed in the naughty world.
When the moon shone, we did not see the candle.
So doth the greater glory dim the less. A substitute shines as brightly as a king until the king be by. And then his state empties itself, as doth an inland brook into the main of waters.
That is the voice where I am much deceived of Portia.
He knows me as the blind man knows the cuckoo, by the bad
Oh,
voice.
dear lady, welcome home.
We've been praying for our husband's health, which we speed, we hope the better for our words. Are they returned?
Madam, they are not yet, but there is come a messenger before to signify their coming.
Go in, Nerissa, and give order to my servants that they take no note at all of our being absent hence. Nor you, Lorenzo, Jessica, nor you.
Your husband is at hand. We are no telltales, madam, fear you not.
This night methinks is but the daylight sick. It looks a little paler. 'Tis a day such as the day is when the sun is hid.
Enter Bassanio, Antonio, Graciano, and Lancelot.
We should hold day with the Antipodes, if you would walk in absence of the sun.
Oh. Let me be light. Let me give light. Never be it. For a light wife doth make a heavy husband, and never be Bassanio so for me. God sort all, you are welcome home, my lord.
I thank you, madam. Give welcome to my friend. This is the man, this is Antonio, the man to whom I am so infinitely bound.
You should in all sense be much bound to him, or as I hear, he was much bound for you.
No more than I am well acquitted of.
Sir, You are very welcome. It must be shown in other ways than words, thus I scant this breathing courtesy.
By yonder moon, I swear you do me wrong. In faith, I gave it to the judge's clerk. Wish you were Gelf that had it for my part, since you do take it, love, so much at heart.
A quarrel, ho? Already? What's the matter?
It's about a hoop of gold, a paltry ring that she did give me, whose posy was for all the world like cutler's poetry upon a knife. Love me and leave me not.
What? Talk you of the posy or the value? You swore to me when I did give it to you that you would wear it till your hour of death, and it would lie with you in your grave. But not for me, but for your vehement oaths. You should have been respectful and have kept it. Gave it a judge's clerk? No, God's my judge. The clerk will never wear hairs on face that had it.
He will then, if he live to be a man.
I, if a woman lived to be a man.
Oh, now by this hand I gave it to a youth, a kind of boy, a little scrub boy, no higher than thyself, the judge's clerk, a prating boy that begged it as a fee. I could not in my heart deny it to him.
You were to blame. What? I must be plain with you. To part so slightly with your wife's first gift. A thing stuck on with oaths upon thy finger, and so riveted with faith unto thy flesh. I gave my love a ring, and made him swear never to part with it, and here he stands, and I dare be sworn for him. He would not leave it, nor pluck it from his finger for the wealth that the world masters. Now in faith, Gratiano, give your wife too unkind a cause of grief, and for me, I should be mad at it.
Why, I were best to say, I cut my left hand off and lost the ring defending it.
My Lord Bassanio gave his ring away unto the judge that begged it, and indeed deserved it too. And then the boy, his clerk, that took some pains in writing, he begged mine, and neither man nor master would take aught but the 2 rings.
What ring gave you, my lord? Not that, I hope, which you received of me.
My lady, if I could add a lie unto a fault, I would deny it. But you see, my ring is not upon my finger. It is gone.
Even so void is your false heart of truth. By heaven, I will ne'er come in your bed until I see the ring.
Nor I in yours, nor can I see mine.
Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave the ring, if you did know for whom I gave the ring, and would conceive for what I gave the ring, and how unwillingly I left the ring, when naught would be accepted but the ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure.
If you had known the virtue of the ring, or half her worthiness that gave the ring, or your own honor to contain the ring, you would not then have parted with the ring. What man is there so much unreasonable, if you had pleased to have defended it with any terms of zeal, wanted the modesty to urge the thing held as a ceremony? Nerissa teaches me what to believe. I'll die for it, but some woman had that ring.
No! By my honor, madam, by my soul, no woman had it but a civil doctor, which did refuse 3,000 ducats of me, and begged the ring. The which I did deny him, and suffered him to go displeased away, even he that did uphold the very life of my dear friend. What should I say, dear lady? I was enforced to send it after him. I was beset with shame and courtesy. My honor would not let ingratitude so much besmear it. Pardon me, good lady, for by these blessed candles of the night, had you been there, I think, you would have begged me to give the ring to the worthy doctor.
Let not that doctor e'er come near my house, since he hath got the jewel that I loved, and that which you did swear to keep from me. I will become as liberal as you. I'll not deny him anything I have. No, not my body nor my husband's bed. Know him I shall. I'm sure of it. Lie not a night away from home. Watch me like Argus. If you do not, if I be left alone, now, by mine honor, which is yet mine own, I'll have that doctor for my bedfellow.
And I his clerk.
Oh.
Careful, be well advised. How do you leave me to my own protection? action.
Well, do you so? Let me not take him then, for if I do, I'll mar the young clerk's pen.
Oh, I am the unhappy cause of these quarrels.
Sir, grieve not you. You are welcome, notwithstanding.
Portia, forgive me this enforced wrong, and in the hearing of these many friends, I swear to thee, even by thine own eyes, wherein I see myself.
Mark you but that. In both my eyes, he doubly sees himself.
Oh.
Swear by your double self, and there's an oath of credit.
Nay, but hear me. Pardon this fault. And by my soul I swear I never more will break an oath with thee.
I once did lend my body for his wealth, which but for him that had your husband's ring had quite miscarried. I dare be bound again my soul upon the forfeit, that your lord will never more break faith advisedly.
Then you shall be his surety. Give him this ring, and bid him keep it better than the other.
My lord Bassanio, swear to keep this ring.
Good heavens. It's the same I gave the doctor.
I had it of him. Pardon me, Bassanio, for by this ring, the doctor lay with me.
And pardon me, my gentle Graciano, for that same scrubbed boy, the doctor's clerk, and thou after last night did lie with me.
Why, this is like the mending of highways in summer, where the ways are fair enough. Well, we cuckolds here, we have deserved it.
Speak not so grossly. You are all amazed.
Yeah?
Here is a letter. Read it at your leisure. It comes from Padua, from Bellario. There you shall find that Portia was the doctor, Nerissa there, her clerk. Lorenzo here shall witness I set forth as soon as you, and even but now returned. I have not yet entered my house. Antonio, you are welcome. And I have better news in store for you than you expect. Unseal this letter soon, and there you shall find 3 of your argosies are richly come to harbor suddenly. You shall not know by what strange accident I chanced on this letter.
I am dumb.
Were you the doctor, and I knew you not?
Were you the clerk that is to make me cuckold?
Aye, but the clerk that never means to do it unless he live until he be a man.
Sweet doctor, you shall be my bedfellow. When I am absent, then lie with my wife.
Sweet lady, you have given me life and living. For here I read for certain that my ships are safely come to Rome.
Ah!
How now, Lorenzo? My clerk has some good comforts for you too.
Aye, and I give them him without a fee. There do I give it to you and Jessica from the rich Jew, a special deed of gift, after his death of all he that possessed of.
Fair ladies, you drop manna in the way of starved people.
It is almost morning, and yet I am sure you are not satisfied of these events at full. Let us go in, and charge us thereupon interrogatories, and we shall answer all things faithfully.
Let it be so. The first interrogatory that my Nerissa shall be sworn on is whether till the next night she had rather stay or go to bed now, being 2 hours today. But were the day come, I should wish it dark, that I were couching with the doctor's clerk. Well, while I live, I'll fear no other thing, so sore as keeping safe Nerissa's ring.